I'm just going for another little walk, so I thought I'd take you guys with me. Beautiful lights. One thing that you notice in Cambodia is it's not like back home. Like in Australia, there's always a big uniform police presence on the ground, you know, to sort of let you know they're there. Here in Cambodia, you never ever see it. Like it's 136, you know, the center of the red light district. And apart from the water festival, I've virtually not seen the police at all. You know, they might come down the street once a month in a car, or they might come and do some checks on the bars occasionally. But generally speaking, you just don't see them. You don't see the alcohol-fueled violence either, like the sort that we get back home. That just doesn't happen. But they don't have the same sort of restrictions that we do, you know. So you've got to ask yourself why. You know, why is that? Like, why aren't we seeing, you know, people getting dragged off in paddy wagons, you know, every other night of the week, like we do back home? But they don't have the same laws in respect to the alcohol. I mean, you got to ask yourself, I mean, what's going on here? And that's sort of one of the other things that I really love about Cambodia, is you just don't, one, you don't get the violence, and two, you just don't see the police presence on the ground. It's not that they're not here, I'm sure they are, but you don't know who they are. And you just don't see them conducting themselves in those sort of standover tactics ways that you see in the West. So it's kind of like a great irony, because they're always telling us, oh, you know, these other countries are the ones that have got the problems. But you come here to Cambodia, and it's the other way around. Like it's completely the opposite of what they're telling us. And it's the same in the red light district. You know, you go out there and you meet these people, and you suddenly realise after a little while that these people are actually less prostitute than what half of us are. You know, it's a great irony that I think a lot of us sort of overlook, yeah, to, I don't know, justify our world beliefs or whatever. But it's the more time that I spend here, the more that I realise that for half my life I sort of spent believing stuff that was reinforced on me from a bunch of hypocrites, basically. So, you know, it's encouraging to know. So, anyway, yes, I'm going for a walk. The area I'm going to now, it's a little bit sort of dodgy at night, and I've heard some rumours, so I thought I would go for a walk and check it out. So there's all lights, the moon, and there's me. So there you go, down this street. I can't remember the name of the street, but there's lots of girls in the bars. How you going? Good. I cannot come. I know. Be careful. So that's another one of the reasons I'm here in Cambodia, is because when I first came here in the early 2000s, I was kind of taken back, because it was just so different to Thailand, you know. And now that I'm here, there's no way in hell I'm leaving, you know. Although I could get run over, or somebody could steal my phone. But that's the other thing about Cambodia as well, is you want to make sure you're watching your back and so forth, especially where I am right now. This is the sort of place where somebody will try and steal my phone, you know, like whether they be on a bike or whether they grab it and run or something like that. So anything could happen. It's all in like big adventure. Anyway, so across here we have the Carlsberg sign down the river. That's on the other side of the river. If you haven't been to Phnom Penh before. Very nice. Hello, Bong. So yeah, there you go. Okay. So heading down towards 104 now, which is kind of like 136, but it's smaller, probably about the length of Soy Cowboy in Bangkok. But that's not where we're going. Here's what I'm looking at. So there you go. Down here at night, they've got a fantastic night market, which it's on the weekends mainly, but they also have it through the week as well, I think. Nice part of town down here, but it's a bit scary at night. So yeah, so I'm going along the road here towards some lights that I want to show you, and then we'll have a look at these parks and dodgy areas and see what we find. Yeah, so these are the markets. So they're very nice. If you're coming to Phnom Penh, it's a great place to come shopping. It's getting better all the time. Like clothing, it's just insane. You spend your whole life here. Very nice. Whoa. Okay, here we go. I really should be doing a lot more of it. It would help the channel a lot. I'm just lazy. Okay, Bon. What was I going to say? It's not that I'm lazy. I'm still a homebody. Like, I love living in the apartment, and I do a lot of stuff up there. So often I sort of, once I've got my mango smoothies and my food and so forth, I retire to the tower, and I don't want to go down the stairs again because I'm lazy. So there you go. The weather's been really nice lately, by the way. It's I'm not hot for the first time on the entire adventure. Okay, this is where I almost got my phone stolen last time. I was in the back of a tuk-tuk, and I was dating this Khmer girl about, 15 years ago, and we're coming down towards 104, and the guys come past on a motorbike. The guy on the back of the motorbike was that's 104 just there. Yeah, the guy on the back of the motorbike, he was he thought he'd grab my mobile phone and take it. Oh shit. But luckily I had quick reflexes at the time, and I grabbed the back of his collar as he grabbed my phone, and it was sort of like a Mexican standoff, like sort of at 30 kilometers an hour for about 2 seconds, which felt like a lifetime. I didn't know if the guy had a knife or anything, but he let go of the phone, and I let go of him, so it sort of ended mutually beneficially. This is a beautiful old building, this one up here. It's a beautiful part of town. Yeah, if you... Shit, I'm losing data. Okay, so I just have to erase some stuff off my phone, otherwise I won't be able to make videos, so just bear with me for a sec. Sorry about that. Yeah, so as I was saying, yeah, in Cambodia, there's very little alcohol-fueled violence. You very rarely have a problem. I mean, look, if you go down dark streets like this one here, and you're on your own, someone's desperate enough, something might happen. But I haven't seen it happen. And definitely not to the extent of, you know, a lot of the police violence and the just general thuggery that you see in Western countries. It's just virtually non-existent. If you go out into the provinces or the provincial areas or even the outer sort of areas of Phnom Penh, occasionally you'll get, you know, a little bit of youth violence, that sort of stuff. People driving erratically. But generally, Cambodia is very, very safe. People are adorable, and just the character and the characters in the country, it steals your heart, you know. So if you're thinking about places you want to go and you're not really sure sort of where you're going to go, consider Cambodia, because it's especially if you're looking for somewhere to make a life for yourself. Or okay, so yeah, that lady back there, she was hanging out. Anyway, so coming up towards Wat Phnom now. This is a lovely part of town, but there's not a lot of sort of residential buildings in certain vicinities around here. So walking around here at night, not taking a tuk-tuk, you know, talking on your phone like this and not looking where you're going, probably a recipe for disaster, you know. But at the same time, you just don't get that alcohol-fueled violence, the brutality that you would expect given the version of history that we've been taught. It just doesn't happen. Not in today's Cambodia, anyway. So if you've just come out of school, or you've just finished university and you're trying to decide whether you should go and see the world, definitely. You know, I mean, life's a numbers game, right? You know, the more people you sort of run into and meet, the more chance that you've got that you're going to find. Hey, you got to watch the Khmer dogs at night. I usually bring rocks with me. But yeah, look at how beautiful this is. It's stunning. It's just lovely around here. I don't think I'll go up because it's night time, but I'm going to take a photo, so just give me a minute and I'll show you better. 1 minute. Okay, so as I was saying, Wat Phnom. It's very beautiful. It's got that lovely, whatever these things are called on the top. Pagodas. So let's go for a bit of a walk and see what we find. As for the webcam as well, I mean, that's another classic example of how mature the Khmer are. You know, apart from, you know, the odd new girl now that starts on the street and yells out camera, camera. 1 second. The only sort of backlash that I've really had for installing the webcam and live streaming in the red light districts, yeah, with the best of intentions, you know, not to film anyone or anything, but, you know, to promote the area. The only problem that I've had has really been from one guy from Australia. Wrote to me and abused me. Just 1 sec, that light's terrible. And there was also, this made it worse, Hang on. Yeah, there was also a lady that was in the street, and she sat across the road for about an hour one night, and she just sat there and filmed me. I just waved to her. You know, like, it's just ridiculous. Like, they fully think that I'm up there, like, you know, filming people from a distance with a telephone that's got like a sensor on it that's the size of a pinprick. Man, if I was going to do that, I'd be using some heavy duty, machinery, which I just cannot afford. So it's pretty uneventful down here. I was expecting it to be sort of more seedy, but maybe the police come through and clean it all up. I was hoping to meet some characters. It's very pretty though. Yeah, so if you come into Cambodia and you're thinking about, you know, safety and all that sort of stuff, don't worry yourself. I mean, just use the same sort of common sense that you use back home. And I mean, if you use that much back home, you'll be fine here, because generally the main dangers as a tourist, you know, the things like, you know, that you do yourself, you know, that you're silly enough to do, like, you know, breaking the law, or, you know, getting in a car without your seatbelt on, crossing the road and not looking where you're going, and riding a motorbike and not wearing a helmet. These are the things that are going to bring you unstuck in Cambodia, especially when you're on the roads. You know, you've got to be careful. It's it can be very disarming, very beautiful. You know, one minute you're sort of happy as Larry and flying high, and the next minute the devil comes for you, you know, and you wish you never came. So most of the problems that you see are self-inflicted often. You get a lot of people, often you get a lot of men that come here and they sort of get hooked up into drugs and stuff like that as well. A lot come unstuck that way, end up having strokes or heart attacks, or get arrested by the police or whatever. You know, if you don't do stupid things, generally you'll be pretty safe. I really wanted to go up and actually show you it, but it's just a little bit too far to walk, so I won't. I'll come another day in the daytime. So these beautiful lights over here. So Cambodia, very safe, lovely place to come. If you're coming like from the United States, Australia, Canada, the United Kingdom, if you're coming here with the intention of working or an extended stay, you want to get your own place. You know, if you're spending like anything upward of about $200, you can get something reasonable. You know, quite nice. Anything sort of above $300, you can expect it to be quite nice. You know, it's you'll be impressed with it. Look, you can just see the spire up there. So there you go. It's very big. Yeah, anything above 300, you know, it's possibly you've got a swimming pool, free Wi-Fi, all that sort of stuff. So look, if it was me and I was coming again, I'd probably want at least maybe 8,000 US, something like that. That's going to give you a bit of play money as well to sort of fool around a bit when you first get here, which inevitably you will. You know, like it's coming to Cambodia is like going to the circus. You want to go and try all the rides and all that sort of stuff, you know. But there aren't actual rides here, so to speak. There we go. Yeah, if you bring that sort of money and you're looking to teach English or something like that, you'll probably do pretty well. Or, yeah, maybe you just want to come for a year. You know, if you bought eight grand with you for a year, if you weren't sort of out partying every night at bars and that sort of stuff, you could live quite well, especially out in the provinces. You know, you get up in places like Ratnakiri, or even the sort of parts that, like down around Sihanoukville or Kampot, Kep. Yeah, you can live a whole year on that. You get right out in the provinces, you know, where you're living sort of shoulder to shoulder with the Khmer, and you rent one of their houses. you could probably live for 2 years. Oh, that's beautiful. I've got to take a photo of this. The other thing about Cambodia as well is there is a level of desperation that's often evident amongst certain people that you'll meet. They could be Khmer, they could be Barang, they could be foreigners. Be wary of that, because it is there, and mostly because our Western leaders came in here and destroyed the country and knowingly gave rise to the Khmer Rouge. But it's something you've got to watch out for. Not that the people are necessarily dangerous, but you can often get yourself into a situation where you get caught up with the wrong people. You're on wrong place, wrong time. You can really sort of quickly go south, end up either losing money or some people even lose their lives. So be wary of that. Just watch your back all the time, especially you might meet a girl and you might think, she's so pretty, or whatever. What's she doing with me? I mean, if you're asking that question, you should probably, be questioning your judgment. If something's too good to be true, it often is. But the thing about Cambodia as well is often you'll come here and it's a completely different cup of tea, so to speak. I mean, it's the same in Thailand to a certain degree, but the Khmer are like, I've said it before, if the Thais are like a hot chili, the Khmer are like a sweet honey. They're a special people, and I guarantee you, if you come here and you're single, and you're a boy or even a girl, you'll find someone and you'll fall in love with them. For me, it's like I've fallen in love with the whole country. They sort of do my head in, so to speak. One moment, please. Okay, so that was interesting. I didn't want to record them, but I met three girls and what I think was a boy down there, and some of the stories they had were just kind of tragic. I don't really want to go into it because it was that bad, but at the same time, they were relatively kind and didn't give me a hard time. I still haven't been mugged. So, even in these more sort of seedy areas, if you watch your back and you kind of look like you know where you're going, you're going to be pretty safe in Cambodia. It's not to say that bad things don't happen. They do. But very rarely. Very rarely. So we're coming back up towards 104 now. So I'm going to walk down there with the camera, and I might face it towards myself. See if I've got any old friends down there. Whoa. All right, so here I am now, just out the front of Street 104, directly behind me. So I'm going to go for a walk down here. I think a few of these people, they know me, so I should be okay. Hopefully they won't attack me because I'm filming them, but I can wave to them as I go past. So what I am seeing, a lot of neon signs, a street that's probably about the same size of as Soy Cowboy. Morning. Hello, Bong. Yeah, lots of neon signs. So you can see neon signs behind me. It's a little bit sort of like more rustic than 136. Definitely much different than Soy Cowboy. But the thing about the red light districts in Cambodia that most people don't get is it is nowhere near as dodgy or sleazy as they tell you. It's a lie. It's like a complete lie. Most of the girls that work here in these streets sustain themselves predominantly off the drink menu. If the question's asked for, going with customer and stuff like that, I mean, there's just some that just won't, they'll just like shut you down straight away. And then there's a lot that really don't want to if they can avoid it. Like if you'll buy enough drinks to, get them like enough money, they definitely won't do it. It's nothing like what you get when you're in Thailand, which is a good thing. It's a much more conservative approach if you're into that kind of thing. And that's what I say. Like, there is no prostitution in Cambodia. It's just virtually non-existent. It's much different. Not that it doesn't happen. I mean, I've seen it, but not in the same manner that you see in other countries. And like I say, I mean, most of the sex workers that you come across in Cambodia, they're doing it out of desperation. Desperation to help themselves, desperation to help their families. Most of them don't do it, for life. A lot of them. Actually, there's a girl I know I was actually talking to recently, and I actually met her in one of these bars about 5 years ago. And then soon after that, she stopped working in the bar. She bought herself a little dress shop and a sewing machine, and she's got like a full-on business now. She's doing really well. I was actually really happy for her. You see a lot of that sort of stuff. She's probably doing better than most though. But you do see a lot of that in Cambodia. They're very conscientious. They go out of their way to find opportunities. It's like I say, like if we had more relaxed visa rules for the Khmer to come to Australia, there would be no Australian with a job, because they'd completely wipe us out because they're so conscientious. Whereas, tell us to work 7 days a week, we'll complain, tell the Khmer, and they'll just think, more money, They're definitely very hardworking, very conscientious, generally, somewhat conservative as well. Even in the red light district, the girls, they're not like what you're envisaging. The stuff that you see on the news, 60 Minutes, NBC, all that sort of stuff, about all the worst possible entrails of humanity and stuff like that. It is like, for the most part, it's a complete lie. It's it may have been happening 15, 30, or very rarely you see that kind of scene in Cambodia. Generally speaking, Cambodia, it's safe. The people are of good character. If you come here and you're worried about whatever, I mean, look, anything could happen to you anywhere. But I personally feel safer here, even in the worst possible areas, than I do in the best parts of my country. Like in Australia. In Australia we have tall poppy syndrome. If you're doing well, don't tell your best mate, because he'll resent you for it, pretend it's not happening, or what have you. You get a lot of that in Australia. Whereas in America, you guys celebrate success, which is always nice. Okay, so I'm heading back home now, but I just wanted to have that talk with you. And if you didn't see my video that I made earlier today about the live stream, it's going really, really well. But if you're getting the notifications, you're getting sick of them because I go live too often, just disable it and stay a subscriber. I probably lost about 20 subscribers for streaming too much, but they'll be back. Anyway, so I'm probably going to run out of storage shortly, which is a shame because I want to show you these lights down here. I don't even know what street this is. Yeah, so definitely come to Cambodia. It's by far my favourite. I have lived in Thailand. I worked in Bangkok and loved it. I lived right in the corner of Soy Cowboy. I should have started a live stream back then. But yeah, it's it's better. It's much better than Thailand. Thailand's fabulous, but Cambodia makes Thailand feel like paradise. Sorry, the other way around. Thailand makes Cambodia feel like paradise because it's just so relaxed. And there's nothing you can't sort of get yourself out of here. You know, in Thailand, I mean, I've had a few times where I thought I was going to get a knife in the back, you know. Had a bloke I worked with that ended up in the bay down in Pattaya. Lots of stuff like that. I mean, you don't really see a lot of that here. Mind you, if you mess with people, eventually they're going to bite back, you know. So here we are, coming back up to 136. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I will, hello ladies.
Hi, Mike.
How you doing? That's good, it's good. Yeah, so there's going to be some good videos coming. The New Year's Eve one is going to be great. Hopefully. A bit nervous about it. But anyway. No, I'm good, Bob. I'm good. I hope you guys have a really good day wherever you are. Once again, thank you for watching. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.